Hello, my name is Brian Moore. I work in the Office of Event Services and Campus Center Operations at Stockton University, and this is my job tour for internship with Bill Quain. And welcome to the Office of Event Services and Campus Center Operations. We're located on the second floor of the Campus Center in Stockton University. The Office of Event Services and Campus Center Operations handles all event requests that come towards them. They actually work for and report to the Office of the Dean of Students and under the Division of Student Affairs in Stockton University. Laurie Griscom is the director, and there's a few different aspects of our office in which some people are working on the event services side, some people are working for Campus Center on the operations side, and then some people are working for new student programs. The work split up by Jennifer Redwanski, the Associate Director working with new student programs, and that would be orientation leaders, talents, and head staff that work throughout the university. And then we also have a couple other important people throughout our office, and that's the coordinators of event services, which are Lisa Warnock, Mary Kay McKenna, and then Lindsay McGrath is also an assistant director that works with event services as well. My particular area, I work under Mary Kay McKenna, who is the coordinator of event services that focuses on student activities and anything that comes through the Office of Student Development, which would be any student organization on campus that is requesting space. And then you also have Lisa Warnock, who works primarily with academic affairs and faculty, and then Lindsay works primarily with graduation and then off-campus businesses that want to come on and use Stockton University for space. And then you also have the operations side, which is handled by Joe Lizza, who is an assistant director of the Office of Event Services at Campus Center Operations, with Maria Gallo and Christine Costa working under them to execute the operations of the Campus Center. To clock in and out of work for my hours, we use a great piece of technology called Time Clock Plus. I just swipe my student ID in and hit clock in when I want to clock in, and same the opposite goes for when I want to clock out. You can also manually put in hours for when we have our trainings, and that is done by our clerk typist. You can also go online and view your hours or make adjustments to your hours through an online app. Now, a great part of the internship, my internship, is that I really am integrated into a number of technologies used in event schedulings on a college campus, and one of them would be R25, which is an interactive college scheduling application. R25 is just a really great program that utilizes and connects with other technologies on campus. Particularly one that would be notable is Banner, which organizes all the classes throughout Stockton University and places them in rooms. And R25 communicates with Banner to let us know when classes are in rooms and when spaces are available and when they are not, to help us work with academic affairs in an easy relationship. And this is what R25 looks like on the screen when you first open it up. And basically R25 helps us as the Office of Event Services on Stockton's campus to have a centralized scheduling sequence for students, faculty, and staff. So the request, usually we like to have them come in preferably 4 weeks before the event comes, and then goes through the Office of Student Development if you're a student organization, and then comes to the Office of Event Services and Campus Center Operations for the data entry and any adjustments that would be made for an event request. And then some other services that come along with the request that we as Event Services put in are for plant management, which is an event setup which is done through School Dude. And then you have production services, which help with sound support, computer projection, and videotaping. And then you also have computer services, who helps with laptop software, wireless accounts, and web streaming of any kind. And you also have campus police, who does parking, crowd management, security, and just annual walkthroughs. And then you have catering, which is handled by Chartwell's, the catering managers on campus. And then just to go a little bit more in depth on how you do work with R25 is when you're putting in a reservation, you put in a reservation info, which you would give a name, a title, and a reservation name to your event that you're planning. You put what type of event. It could be a social event, a dance, a ceremony, just a meeting of a student group. And then you put the state in which it is, and that's tentative or confirmed. When you put tentative, it holds the space for you, but it does not show it to the public. When you put confirmed, it does put it on our R25 web calendar, which is available through Stockton University's website. And then you also put the primary organization that requests that, and that would be the club or organization that's requesting it, and then you put the requester, who is their student development advisor. And in addition to that, you also put your event time, and what additional dates you would like as well. Moving on to the second part, you would put, this is when you would start assigning space. So whatever space they've requested, if it is still available, you would put that and search it, and then put an expected head count. And you basically always have to watch out because you have to make sure their needs line up to what space they're requesting, because students don't always know. And that's similar to in the world of business as well. Your clients don't always know the exact needs of a room that they might not be seeing, but you can see as the event scheduler. And then one of the last steps is putting in a reservation. For putting in a reservation is the resources, and there are a number of categories of resources that you can point yourself towards, which is like for the campus center, which would be like pre-event checks, any campus center staffs, or unlocking of computers that you would need. Some are event services, some would just be plant, like putting in tables and stuff like that. And then when you're going to be putting anything that goes towards plant management for event setup, like tables, chairs, etc., would be put through School Dude, which is just a great application used on our campus that helps with any event setups. We usually scan diagrams to them to make sure that they're getting everything correct, and that links us right up to plant for an easy relationship with them to make sure all events are executed properly. And then just to go through that, you put in who you are, which is event services, and then you select your location, the building you're in, and the area or room number. And then you select, for almost always we're selecting event setup, and then we just put, when we're putting please describe your problem or request, we always put where the event is, the event name, the event confirmation number, and we attach the event confirmation with a diagram to help them set up. Another great application we use in the Office of Event Services is Meeting Matrix. It actually helps us set up rooms and diagrams for a number of events in a number of spaces on campus that actually puts it to scale of the room. So we upload all the specs for all the rooms, and then it pulls them up, and we can plan each room accordingly and know when it's going to fit and when it's not going to fit, because everything is to scale to the rooms in Meeting Matrix. And then this is what an event confirmation would look like when you're done planning an event. Like, for example, this is the confirmation with dinner with the dean, and this was actually requested by the dean of students, which is not a student organization on campus, but an office. And as you can see, the confirmation goes to athletics, plant management, and Chartwells because it's taking place in athletics, the athletic sports center. And then there's a pre-event where it would be set up from 4 to 6, and then the actual event is going to be executed from 6 to 7:30 with an expected head count of 20 people. And then when we're sending out event confirmations, sometimes we'll be scanning them in through our Ryko machine, and then they're scanned to our OneDrive. And then we almost send all of our event confirmations out through Outlook, because that is the premier mail browser for Stockton University. And then in addition to just doing scheduling on campus, I also have the chance as an intern to work big events like University Weekend, open houses, day in the life of a Stockton student, and notably one this year was the inauguration of Dr. Harvey Kesselman. That was actually a very notable experience. I had the chance to help with setup, just basically help execute the entire event and help with crowd control throughout the end of the night, and just really become an integral part of event services through that event. And then in addition to that, I've also helped with numerous trainings and executing trainings for both the public and student organizations at student leader trainings, and also helping train our new staff as well. Just learning how to use R25 and how we do everything we do in our office. And that's a wrap for my internship job tour. Thanks a lot.